Hello, Facebook and Instagram. I think we are on here live. I'm super excited. I haven't been on live in a hot moment for either. So when you join, say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you joining, I am on both my Instagram and Facebook. So I'm trying to do this dual. So I'm super excited about it. But let me just make sure, likes your video. Okay, cool. So we are live, so you guys can see it. Amazing. But when you tune in, say hello. My name is Colleen Gallagher. If you've never met me before, Goddess, I am so grateful to have you here today in this moment in time that we are sharing here. I'm just pumped for it. So I just want to share this on my other page. I don't know if it's going to let me. Facebook kind of redid this back-end system, which they always do. But yeah, whenever you join, say hello. I love to know where you're from. How did we connect? Here we go. Now I can share it. And I'm currently in LA. I just got back to share to a page. Colleen Gallagher. We are live. Yay. So I just want to do this while I'm waiting for a few of you. Okay, perfect. So we're all good. So Facebook, Instagram, we're here. If you're seeing my eyes move, that's why they're moving. Because I have two of you here. I wanted to share this. Woo! We are here. I'm just so grateful. And I just want to share, today is Friday. I cannot believe it. This week just flew by. There's so many amazing opportunities happening in this world right now. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but man, like what a time it is to be alive. What a time it is to be like existing. And I was actually going to come on today because I want to talk to you about my third book, An Uncompromised Life journey. And this is a little box that my book comes in. And I'm going to get into this because I really want to reveal how this box works. The magic, the potency in this. But first, before I do that, I wanted to come on and I was so excited today, you guys. Like it was like 6 a.m. and I woke up and I was like, I'm going to do a live. I haven't done a live in so long. I'm just so pumped to be here and to have dialogue with the audience, the community that we have here, those of you who believe in magic, those of you who believe in miracles, those of you who are just a walking divine expression of truth, of enlightenment, of the work. Yeah, I was pumped, as you can tell. I was like, woke up and this was me at 6:30. My alarm didn't go off yet. And I woke up and I was like, hey, I have 2 more minutes of sleep. But then I was like, I'm so excited. So I just popped out of my bed. And I then was like, had all these, my morning rituals that I do for 30 minutes from 6:30 to 7. And I'm like, I'm just so excited. And there was so much energy flowing through me because I was like, I'm doing a live today. And I haven't done a live in a long time. For those of you who know me, know that I used to be the live queen. I would always be on live sharing my organic adventures of expansions on my daily life, that I feel like everyone loves to watch and observe through my awakenings. So it's okay, 7 a.m. Oh my gosh, what time are we going live? And I'm just so pumped. I don't know, many of you guys are watching because any of you relate to this, when you're just so excited, you have something to share. And so this happens, right? And I'm like, okay, I knew I had a meeting at 9 a.m. and I had a 9:30. And so my 9 a.m. called me 2 minutes early. And I thought, when you have 2 minutes before a meeting, you want to send that last quick email really quick before your meeting starts because then your day is going to stack back to back to back. So back to this 6:30 a.m., right? I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I know I'm doing a live today, but when am I going to do my live? And this is such a big thing that I feel like so many of us go through. I know I'm going to do a live, but when am I going to do my live? I know I'm going to do my live, but when am I going to do my live? And we go in this whole, little spiral for those of us who are I don't really know. And so, long story short, I had my meetings And in one of my meetings, it's with one of my shipping partners, and I was really impressed by the way they were handling our relationship. And this goes into the uncompromised life journey here that I'm going to talk about. So before I open this special box that has special things in it, I know you all are waiting. I was really unimpressed because there was a lost shipment, and then there was a damaged shipment, and then there was like another damage. And when you're in a relationship with someone, and let's say we're in a relationship right now, I'm sitting here talking, you're sitting here absorbing. I'm offering a channel of content, a channel of information through me, you're receiving. And I'm receiving your energy back, which is what's giving Source, God, Universe to allow the right words to channel through me for who's on this live stream based at any given time. And so we have that kind of agreement that's unspoken, but it's there. Well, so if I was to give you something, right? Like if you were to come into my house and I was to give you, I was like, oh, you can borrow this, or I'll let you have this. And for whatever reason, I let you borrow something or watch something, and you damaged it, right? Like by something, like you dropped it, or it was a wine glass, whatever. The right ethical thing to do is you would go, oh my gosh, I'm going to tell you I dropped your glass, or I dropped whatever it was that I gave you, and it's damaged. I'm happy to buy you a new one, or how do you want to make that? Like, how do you want to fix this? Like, resolve it. This is like relationshiping 101. And this company, it's a big company, they lost and damaged my shipment. And their claims department was arguing with me, even though they lost it. And I'm sitting here, I'm going, this is really interesting. We have company to company, business to business sales. And this business admittedly said, I lost the shipment under my, thing, but we're not going to credit you. What? So you're telling me you agree you've lost my shipment. You've done something wrong. Like you're agreeing that what you did, you didn't show up in the relationship. You didn't meet what you needed to meet in our agreement. And then you're not following through on the ethical, logical, human being thing to do. Correct. What? So you're agreeing that you're not living up to standard. And that's just all you can do. And I'm like literally sitting there, you guys, and I'm thinking in my head, like, I'm like the love girl, I'm the uncompromised life girl, I'm the magical girl. I'm like, and you're telling me that like this is it. This is all we can, like there's no expansion here. We're just in the circle. They were like, yeah. And so where I want to go with that story is just that I ended up a different department. We got it worked out, something else fixed. But it was like crazy that in the same company, the department that was supposed to do this job isn't doing the job. And the department that isn't supposed to do that job, like fix this department's job. And I started really feeling this. I started really thinking about this and the importance of relationships, right? When we meet someone, or we engage with someone, right? You have two people that they look just like these two pens. Like two people come and they meet. There's two people like this. But the reality is these two people or pens have much more than what you're seeing. There's like a whole system behind them. And a lot of times when we get into relation, whether it's in friendship, whether it's in business, whether it's whatever, you aren't aware of this web of systems. So one thing, right, my values, you got to be very clear about this. One of my values is to follow through, to be honest, to have emotional courage, and I may have a lot, but transparency. And I feel like we showed up in this relationship. We had an agreement together as a well, we all have agreements. Every time we go somewhere, we have an agreement, spoken or unspoken. That's always truth. But this business interaction, and we had an agreement that if you would lose something because you lost it on your dime, and the shipping company agreed to that, but then they're not going to pay for it. So I was really stuck. And I went to think deeper about this, and what I want to relay this is that each of you here have things that you come with. You have a system behind you, a whole system of beliefs, of ways of being, of ways of expressing. And so when we show up to something, you've got to be very clear on who it is you are, what it is you stand for, and how we can move through conflict. Because that's part of living an uncompromised life, is to actually understand how to be you, how to allow others to be them in full acceptance and live into your potentiality. And so this got me thinking a lot on this, call of what is I going to do? How is it going to feel? And luckily, like the salesperson then told me, like, he's going to take care of it. We've got it all figured out. But I was thinking, like, I don't want to ever deal with a department like that again. So what am I going to do? I'm obviously going to switch companies because I don't agree with that. And that's living an uncompromised life, is being real-time reflective in your moment of understanding, why is this conflict happening? Am I using my voice? Am I being true to my voice? And if I am, what do I choose instead? Because when we're in relationships like that and people don't take responsibility or ownership, which is this actually second chapter in this, to the first golden rule, is to take responsibility. You co-created your life. That's why we have wars. Like, that's why there's bad things in this world. So anyway, I just wanted to share that as the importance of relationships, of relating, of having dynamics, because things are always going to happen. Things are always going to be crazy. And you've got to be able to know that people aren't perfect, but they're working in systems. We're working from systems, and we have to have this spoken agreement of what is the right thing to do. Even if the system is broken, you've still got to find a way as your job, as your person. If it was your side of the system, your side of the equation that was broken in an interaction, in a relationship, you've got to take ownership, and you've got to start to understand how you can start to live an uncompromised life and do what you can to fix the equation on your system, so we can collectively heal. So anyway, welcome to An Uncompromised Life journey. So this is my third book, and when you open it, it has this beautiful sacred geometry that is gorgeous. So you open it, right? You get this little box, and once you have that, there is a beautiful envelope in it. And what it says is, treasure this beautiful journey of miracles as your soul reveals to you what it means to experience an uncompromised life. And then you open the back of it, so it's a little wax seal. And we have a card with my logo. And then every person who orders one of these, you get a handwritten, channeled poem unique to you in the card. I write it. It's unique. There's every single person who's gotten one of these, it's different. It's not the same. So, on top of that, you get the book, An Uncompromised Life. Overcome heartbreak and trauma. Experience the unexplainable and truly fall in love with your life. This is the book. And I write you a little note in it on the first page. But one thing I tell everyone to do whenever they get any of my books, this is not done in the package, by the way. We still have more goodies. But whenever you get one of my books, if you get it through me, if you get it through Amazon or any of the bookstores, what I suggest is you always want to just open to a random page. So I'm going to do it right now in here, and this is the message for each of you watching. So, here's the part of the story I found fascinating. The same way this woman believed her partner was there with her on the ship for 49 days is the same way I feel about Ella. Whew. When I chose to have an abortion, it was not a fun part of my life adventure. It sucked. It was painful. When Ella's dad chose not to be there for me when I needed him, it was painful. It added to the heartbreak of my adventure. Part of my healing process in my adventure of life was for the world to show up and have a little girl tell me her name was Ella instead of her real name, Leela. It was for Ella's dad to give me a toy unicorn and say that her name was Elle. It was for the little girl to be playing with me right before I went into the room to take the abortion pill and tell me my grandma's best friend's name was Ella. It was the random pink card that showed up from a stranger with $245 worth of gift cards. These were all parts of my adventure of an unplanned pregnancy, choosing to let my child go and trying to understand how to cope with it all. I believe we each have stories like this that prevail in our trauma. We each have stories in our heartbreaks to help us in our healing journey to live an uncompromised life. Woo! That was a deep one to open on live stream. Did not expect that to be so deep on a live stream. But anyway, that is the book. That's the message. And then on top of that, when you have this, the bottom is filled and you have a rose quartz crystal. And for those of you who can, I'll put it close. It is rose quartz, which is a Crystella crystal. So it's my daughters and I crystal that we have co-created and found together. And the rose quartz is specifically for the heart. It's a heart opening. So it's for you to put in your office, or you can put it, by your bedstand, or you can put it in your purse, like wherever you want. But this is for you to know that your heart is always safe and protected and supported, and that it's healing. And so these boxes, I'm so excited. An Uncompromised Life experience, which I just showed you all, and I'm packaging it back up, are available. But you can only get them through me. So the way to get them is to message me or DM me if you're on Instagram and just say that you would like to start your journey, your Uncompromised Life journey. They are $111. We ship them. I write them. I sign them. And we only have a few of them available. We've already shipped around 50 of them. Usually, I know most of you, you're in my messages, so that's how I do a lot of my offering and selling. But I get to be better at showing up on feeds and letting you all know what we've been working on, what we've been creating, because this is a package for your healing journey. We are transforming the way that books are being received, the way that we overcome heartbreak and trauma, the way that we overcome hard things that we've went through. And so I hope that this can just be a short moment of activation in your life, in your day. I hope that it feels calming. I hope that it can bring you to a state of peace. And most importantly, I'd be honored for you to message me so we can get you your very own experience for you to be part of and for you to receive. So I can write you a beautiful note on whatever you have experienced so you can remember to live uncompromised. So even on relationships like the UPS, I said the name, UPS shipping, when you're having a tough time with them, or any relationship, you can just move through it with a little bit more ease and grace to understand what it means to be true to you, and know that the world is always having your back and always speaking to you. So message me An Uncompromised Life, or I'll leave my PayPal link here in the comments that you can PayPal me at $111, and it will just add your address and we'll get it to you. So I love you so much. Let me know what comes up for you when you watch this video. If there's any questions, I want to be here to support you on your journey. So enjoy, have a beautiful Friday, have a beautiful start to your weekend, and we will talk soon.